I think we're moving forward at a good pace. I think we're in a place where we're moving forward with the evaluations expeditiously. We are conducting hearings now on a regular basis. We have both uh, evaluations of the APO prosecutors and the Petricox prosecutors underway, and I expect that we'll continue at this pace for the rest of the tenure of the commission. I think they will be just a huge addition to our capacity to move the cases along. It's really a positive development for the commission to have these new members, both international and Moldovan. The commission right now is engaged primarily in the evaluation of prosecutors from the Anti-Corruption Prosecutor's Office. There were 67 names on the list of APO prosecutors that were submitted to us. We're working our way through that list. We've had a number of hearings already this summer, and we'll continue at a good rate throughout the fall. But with the addition of 3 new members to the panel, we'll also soon be moving forward more quickly with the Petricox evaluations as well. That name will be moved up in terms of the evaluations. Obviously, the investigation and the analysis that we do prior to the hearing is very complex. It involves examination of literally thousands of pages of bank records, of property records, case files, documents. And so, on average, that can take our analysts, our financial analysts, our investigative analysts, a couple of months to do. But with that in mind, the Prosecutor General's file will be prioritized. Each individual prosecutor's file covers a multiple year period and runs into literally thousands of pages of documents. The period of our evaluation, especially for the financial evaluations, covers a 10-year period. Often there are issues even beyond that period that are relevant to understanding the 10-year period. We collect bank records, property records, records from cases that the prosecutors have handled, other kinds of records from the border police, from the tax services. And so for our financial analysts and our investigative analysts to collect this data and to then analyze it, both from a financial and a legal ethical perspective, is no small task. And so this is for each prosecutor. Then this all goes to a hearing. Any doubts or concerns have to be written, and we have to file, after the hearing, a full and detailed report to the SCP, and indeed, they may have follow-up questions to us. So the process for every single subject that's being evaluated is a very complex one. It's not easy to collect this. We, of course, rely on our statutory authority to collect data from any Moldovan government agency or institution, and for the most part, they've been very cooperative in supplying that. But if you ask for the data from last Tuesday, you don't get the data from last Monday. So you have to be very precise in what you need. Often it takes several rounds of questions to fully flesh out a file. Often when you get the file, there'll be new questions that are raised by what's missing from it. So it's a very lengthy process. We also do have the challenge of not being easily able to obtain records from abroad. Our statutory power to collect information really only extends within the border of Moldova, and there's no adequate way to obtain, say, for example, property or bank records from foreign countries such as Romania. Well, the impact of the commission hopefully will be twofold. It will hopefully increase the confidence of the public and the judiciary in the professionalism and honesty of the prosecution service here in Moldova. It will hopefully help to create a cadre of prosecutors who have been vetted for their ethical and financial integrity. That's the immediate effect for the people here in Moldova. But beyond that, it will also help clear the way for accession to the European Union. This is an important milestone, an important part of the checklist of things that Moldova needs to do in order to qualify for EU accession. And so the goal of seeing Moldova as part of the European Union is perhaps ultimately the real success measure. We have a very transparent process in that our hearings are open to the public. They are all videotaped and are all accessible on our website, and in fact, in some cases, have been viewed thousands of times. We also encourage members of the public, of the legal profession, of anyone really, to submit information that they might have about subjects of the evaluation, either positive or negative, to the commission. We're willing to take that information. Also, of course, the reports that are produced by the commission and by the Superior Council of Prosecutors will be public. We function effectively as a quasi-judicial function. We are a panel with both international and national members. The international members bring a degree of removal from the politics and the day-to-day activities in Moldova, and so they come kind of with a blank slate and really just focus on the documents that are in front of them. I'm happy to report also that I've felt that our national commissioners come with that same level of objectivity. And so we really are just working off the four corners of the file that's presented to us, the information that we've been able to obtain, and that is what the decision is based on. The participants, the subjects of the evaluation, are given every opportunity to see the information that we rely on, to contest it, both in writing and at a public hearing. So it is built into the process that the subjects have full access to everything that we see.